We're standing here in windy San Francisco at the home of Robin Wilson. She's a green builder in San Francisco and also has installed the first wind turbine in the city and also perhaps the first in an urban environment in the country. So how difficult is it to get one of these wind turbines in your backyard? It's a big piece of equipment here. How heavy are they?
It's about 700 pounds.
It took a crane to get this 45-foot tall windmill into Robin's backyard, a process that involves laying a concrete foundation and then waiting 28 days before installing the turbine. It's connected directly to the grid and costs about $15,000 after rebate.
When we were driving over here, we could actually see the windmill itself kind of peeking over the tops of homes. How much energy is this providing for your house, and how big is your house?
Well, my house is pretty big. It's this is 5,000 square feet, and so it's kind of exceptionally big, especially for San Francisco. But this turbine will produce, in the weather that I have here, in the wind that we have here, is about 12-mile-an-hour average, will produce about 400 to 600 kilowatt hours a month.
This unit's about 45 feet high, you said. Is that standard, or would you scale down or upward accordingly?
Right, we have different sized towers, and what you want to do is get at least 10 feet above whatever is blocking the wind. Our next size down would be 33 feet, the lower size, and then we have a 60-foot and 110-foot.
Okay.
And so we have 45 feet here because that's what we felt would get, the appropriate wind.
Kind of above the building
Right, exactly.
lines enough.
Another question that people have is do they have enough wind? And it only takes 8-mile-an-hour winds to get these started. But 8-mile-an-hour wind, often you can't feel it from the ground at all.
Already a green builder, Robin liked her SkyStream 3.7 so much that she began a company to install them in homes and businesses across the area. And she worked successfully to make the permitting process easier in San Francisco.
People don't know that they're available and that they can get permits, but this is a new thing. However, the interest in turbines in general is huge.
So far, she says the neighbors aren't complaining and says it hasn't killed any birds. She also says the hum is minimal.
One of the sounds is that it resonates through the tower, but something that we're doing to prevent that now is filling it with foam.
Of course, plugging into the grid has its limitations. When it dies, so does your wind power. But industrial wind power usage has doubled in the last 2 years, making up about 11% of renewable energy generated in the United States. And signs point to more use on the personal side.
We have turbines with light towers on them that we're installing in parking lots. We're just replacing a light tower that's in a parking lot with a turbine with lights. Another thing we're doing is putting basketball hoops on them. So in schoolyards, replace the poles with a basketball hoop with a turbine with a basketball hoop. So you're not really having an additional thing, just multifunctional.
In San Francisco, I'm Stacy Delo.